Episode 525. After dinner, the place took on a whole new kind of liveliness, even more bustling than usual. Because today was another Pro League match day, Happy Internet Cafe would screen Excellent Era Team's game like a movie. This had become one of Happy Internet Cafe's signature features. On days like this, the Internet Cafe would always draw a bigger crowd than usual. Those who wanted a computer had to pay, but anyone who just wanted to stand in the aisles or wherever was left alone, as long as they didn't block anyone's view. After dinner that evening, Shen Guo once again directed the net admins to start setting things up. Just before the match, the cables were all connected, and the feed switched directly to the live broadcast. The host and commentator were already deep in conversation, but as soon as everyone heard what they were saying, they could tell something was off. Some of the patrons who were following the broadcast took one look at the TV screen and started shouting.
"Boss, what's going on here?"
Voices rose and fell in a steady murmur.
What do you mean, what happened?
Shen Guo stood with her hands on her hips, next to her projection screen.
Excellent Era. The TV broadcast isn't showing Excellent Era today. Hurry and switch to the online stream.
Oh, right. Excellent era. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
Someone called out. The Glory Pro League has 20 teams. On match days they pair off and battle, with 10 matches happening simultaneously. With limited TV channels, they can't possibly broadcast all 10 matches on 10 different platforms, so the esports channels just pick the hottest matchups, the most interesting ones, or the games stipulated in their broadcast contracts to air live. That's how they chase the widest possible viewership. For instance, today, with a heavyweight clash like Tiny Herb vs. Blue Rain, a rivalry match between two powerhouses, a game between Excellent Era and a weak team was obviously going to get sidelined. If you want to watch Excellent Era's match, you'll have to go to the website. The site will be streaming all 10 matches live at the same time. Just pick the one you want to watch. Over at the Happy Internet Cafe, Chen Guo had always tuned into Excellent Era's match broadcasts, so all the loyal regulars she'd cultivated were die-hard Excellent Era fans. They only cared about Excellent Era's matches. A clash of titans like Tiny Herb versus Blue Rain, they couldn't be bothered. The projector in the Internet Cafe was of course tuned to the TV channel, showing the Tiny Herb versus Blue Rain match, not the Excellent Era game everyone wanted to see. Of course, someone had to remind the boss lady.
Excellent Era is playing against Mingqing today. What's so great about that? A classic matchup like that can't be missed. Today we're watching Tiny Herb versus Blue Rain.
Chen Guo declared loudly, leaving a whole crowd of spectators stunned. These were clearly regulars, making a special trip just for this. Everyone knew that Happy's beautiful boss lady was a die-hard fan of Excellent Era. And she's always fangirling over Su Mucheng. It's a topic the regulars gossip about in private. So here's this superfan, and today she says, "What's so great about watching Excellent Era's matches? Has he been possessed or something?" After a moment of stunned silence, someone finally shouted out,
Boss lady, stop joking around. Hurry up and switch to the broadcast. The match is about to start.
Exactly.
The boss lady switching channels.
Yeah, we're changing the channel. We're changing it.
A chorus of protests erupted. Many were convinced Chen Guo was just joking. There was no way they'd skip the Excellent Era match.
Who's joking? Today we're showing Tiny Herb versus Blue Rain.
Chen Guo's tone left no room for doubt, and people finally realized she wasn't joking. The result was immediate chaos. A good chunk of the audience started kicking up a fuss, shouting, whistling, and even throwing things in a rowdy protest. Chen Guo, however, didn't back down an inch. She simply stepped in front of the projection screen and hopped up onto a stool.
This is Tiny Herb versus Blue Rain. If you want to watch Excellent Era, go home and watch it.
Their loyalty to Excellent Era clearly far outweighed any attachment they felt to this little internet cafe. Seeing the boss lady acting like a lunatic today, absolutely refusing to broadcast the Excellent Era match even if it killed her, they all flew into a rage. A good chunk of the crowd stormed out, shouting about never coming back. In the chaos of the exodus, some took the chance to cause trouble, snatching mice, yanking keyboards, seizing any opportunity to wreak havoc. Chen Guo saw some of it, but she was powerless to stop them. She didn't say a word, just watched them leave. As for the rest, some simply didn't watch the matches, while others were mature enough not to get angry over it. If the internet cafe isn't showing it, and you still want to watch Excellent Era, why not just search for their broadcast on your own computer? The match between the two powerhouse teams was already underway on the projection screen, but the internet cafe was deserted. It was a scene of utter chaos. Mice and keyboards lay scattered or torn apart on the floor, and several monitors had been smashed to pieces. Fortunately, the main computer units were tucked inside the desks, or they might not have escaped the carnage either. The internet cafe staff silently tidied up, thinking that with the boss lady's temper, she was about to blow a gasket. No one dared to make a sound. Instead, they saw Ye Shu get up from his usual gaming spot and swagger over to the projection screen. He pulled up a chair, settled in comfortably, and said,
Exactly. What's there to see in Excellent Era's match today? Of course we're watching Tiny Herb versus Blue Rain. You really have no appreciation for the good stuff. Miss, could you move? You're blocking the screen.
Disdainful.
Still standing on the stool, Chen Guo actually laughed. She hopped down, grabbed the stool she'd been standing on, didn't even wipe it off, and sat down right next to Ye Shu to watch. Ye Shu suddenly coughed.
What? You wanna smoke again?
Chen Guo gave him a sidelong glance.
No, don't you think we're sitting a bit too close?
Chen Guo looked up at his oversized projection screen.
A little.
Hey, get back. If they give Wang Jishi a close-up shot later, I guarantee the sheer disparity between his two eyes will scare you to death.
Isn't that a bit of a personal attack?
Chen Guo was trying not to laugh, forcing herself to stay serious as she reminded Ye Shu.
How could I be? I'm just stating the facts. If you don't believe me, go ahead and sit here.
Ye Shu said, already moving his chair to sit further away. Chen Guo hesitated for another moment. Ye Shu's words had left her feeling distinctly spooked. She quickly grabbed her stool and hurried after him, not daring to look back at the projection screen once, terrified that the horrifying scene he'd described might appear at any second.